You've been doing the right thing your whole career. You've been maxing out your 401k, deferring your income, saving aggressively. But what nobody's told you is you have a ticking clock on those taxes. There is a time bomb that's waiting on you. And today I'm going to show you what you can do about it if you start early enough. So here's what nobody told you. You've been saving for 25 or 30 years. At your first job, you started saving. Somebody in HR probably told you to save 6%. You've been bumping it up over the years, and now you're maxing it out. You put your money in every year. It grew tax deferred. You were probably getting a match on it, and the money is compounded. You've now got $2 or $3 million in your 401k, and you should be proud of it. You really should. But what nobody ever told you on that money is that at some point the IRS is going to come calling. So let me explain what's actually happening here, because the mechanics matter. When you were putting money away in a traditional IRA or a traditional 401k, you were getting the tax deferral. The IRS didn't say that you never had to pay them, they just said that you could defer it. And at some point, which is currently 73 years old, eventually moving to 75 years old, you were required to start taking this money. And those are called required minimum distributions. And every year, the amount that you have to take out gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So here's where it gets really painful for people. As those RMDs grow bigger and bigger and bigger every year, you can get pushed into the 24% bracket, the 32% bracket, or even higher. So 20 years ago, when you were putting away money hoping your tax bracket would drop in retirement, that might not actually be the case. And it gets worse. When those RMDs get bigger and bigger, they can create what are called Medicare premium surcharges. Additionally, in retirement, for a lot of Americans, part or all of their Social Security is tax-free. But the more income you have, the less of your Social Security is tax-free. So you get a cascading effect where the more income you have from an RMD, the more taxes you pay on that RMD, the more taxes you pay on your Social Security, and then sometimes you pay Medicare surcharges. So your true cost of each dollar of RMD can be dramatically higher than the marginal cost that you believed it to be. So you played by the rules your entire career. You were disciplined, and your reward for that is now a bigger tax bill than you ever imagined. That is the tax time bomb. So that's the bad news. Here's the good news. If you're watching this video, you're probably in the age range that something can be done about it. From the time you retire until the time that you're about 73 years old is the sweet spot. When you retire, your income drops and your RMDs haven't yet kicked in. The main strategy for dealing with this issue is an IRA to Roth conversion. So here's how it works in plain English. You take money from a traditional IRA or a 401k and you convert it to a Roth IRA. Now this is a conversion, not a contribution. People get those really confused. When you do a conversion, you don't need to be working. There's no caps. You can convert as much as you want, and you can do it any time that you want. When you move it to the Roth IRA, you pay taxes that year. But here's the good part. Everything in that Roth IRA is tax-free. The principal, the interest, the dividends is tax-free for the rest of your life. And there's no RMDs on Roth IRAs. So basically, you're strategically choosing when to pay taxes. You're choosing to pay it now in a rate that you choose, as opposed to the future in a rate that you don't choose. Just like you have investment diversification, you need tax diversification. And the key word is strategic. You don't move everything all at once because that would create a huge tax bill. You move small amounts over time that's mathematically best for you. Your CPA, with all due respect, is trying to file your tax return. If you're meeting with them in October, they typically don't say, hey, you've got $80,000 left in the 24% bucket, because they're trying to get your tax return filed and mitigate your taxes this year. They're not trying to look at the lowest taxes over your lifetime. And if your advisor is just managing your money, they're watching the markets, the rebounds in your portfolio, that part is needed. But if they're not coordinating with your CPA, they're missing the most important tax strategies. And look, I want to be transparent here. We cannot eliminate your taxes. Nobody can. Anybody that tells you they can is not being honest. But what we can do is something, instead of nothing. And if you look at the compounded effects of these small changes over 10, 20, 30 years, clients are shocked as to the difference that it makes in their portfolio and the legacies that they leave for their families. So what does this actually look like in practice? I know it feels complicated, but with the right team, it can feel very simple. So we sit down and look at everything, all your buckets, your 401k, your Roth, your brokerage, your HSA. We look at what's in them and the tax implications of each of them. Step 2, we project forward 5, 10, and 15 years. What does your income look like then? When do you plan on taking Social Security? And what does each year look like from a tax perspective? Step 3, and here's the part that everybody's missing. We coordinate with your CPA. We sit down with them before the end of the year, we go over the numbers, we discuss the conversion, and we talk about what that looks like in your long-term plan so that we're all on the same page. Step 4, we execute. And then we do it again next year, and we do it again the year after that, and we do it again the year after that, because this is not a one-time strategy. This is a multi-year strategy. And that's the role of the financial quarterback, making sure your CPA, your attorney, and your financial plan are all working together, not in silos, because the gap between those silos is where the money is lost. If you're over 50 and the majority of your wealth is in your 401k, whether you're 5 years from retirement or just retired, this applies to you. Just a few years of strategic planning can have a huge difference over your lifetime. And if you're 40, this is almost the best time to be thinking about the math, because small changes can have big differences down the road. If you're the kind of person that loves doing your own research, analyzing every scenario, building your own spreadsheet, this video gives you the foundation to start doing that. But if you'd rather have a team handle it that does this every day and will coordinate with your CPA, that's who we're here for. So here's the bottom line. You don't have a savings problem, you have a tax location problem. And the window to help doesn't stay open forever. If you want to find out how this applies to your situation, click the link below, answer a few questions, we'll show you where you stand.